myself in a dimension of sight and of sound, and of clicks and of scrolling. Endless, endless scrolling. With you in the void are your friends and fans and weird people who enjoy posting inappropriate and uncomfortable comments in the chat feed. We invite you to join us now in the NCT online sketch, comedy, and variety show. Links will be posted. Encouragement offered. For all of this effort and enthusiasm is truly a naked attempt to entice you to donate via Gold Star, or indeed to purchase an NCT gift card that is both timeless and never-ending, because it doesn't expire. And now we are traveling through another dimension, a dimension not only of sight and of sound, but of the mind and of the screen and of the human beings from the waist up. A journey to a wondrous land whose boundaries are that of the imagination. Your next stop, the Twilight Zoom.
Oh, 1950s. How are you, old sport?
Heyo, Dayo. It's been a while.
30 years.
Oh,
Hey, what's up? It's 1990s.
Oh, look at you.
hello.
Oh, look at all these glad rags.
Up, fam.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it seems that all of those invited to our Down with the Decades Club monthly meeting have been able to make it, except our youngest and newest member, which is what I wanted to talk about today. We need to figure out how to make the 2020s feel better about what's happening.
Well, how about we all just boogie down, baby? I got my disco ball ready.
That is no longer a trend.
Yeah, that's not the bomb anymore. What we should really do is veg out with some Rocco's Modern Life.
Oh, vegging out surprisingly still is a trend. Rocco's even came back for a little bit.
Hey, radical.
Well, I don't know about that show, but what about the Honeymooners or Leave It to Beaver?
Forget about the talkies.
Not the same thing.
I say we should just put on some jazz or blues and get this party started. I'm with the 70s.
Yeah,
Get this
I can
party
dig it.
started.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with 2020 anyway? Give me all the jive, turkey.
Well, there's a global pandemic.
Is it-
What's that?
Well, my understanding is it's like an air raid, but never ending.
Whoa, so like a gas shortage that just goes on and on and on.
Except instead of gas, it's toilet paper.
I'll be right back. You keep going. I'll be right back.
Oh, well, goodbye, 90s.
Bye, 90s.
Why doesn't the 2020s just like hang out, get together, party, boogie down, disco inferno until it's all over?
Well, they can't. Parties are prohibited.
Prohibited? Why don't they just party in secret?
Sorry, everyone. Poor choice of words.
Prohibition should never have been
Okay, let's not get into that right now. Maybe we should just share games through Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know if my Nintendo 64 can be shared through the Zoom.
I have a Twitch account.
You guys, we can play Pong. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh, Pong, the hip Pogs. I know that one.
I think we should circle back to our original discussion. What is it?
Who made it the new year and put you in charge?
Well, I'm clearly the most responsible person here.
I didn't know that looks
Okay,
like.
boomer.
Excuse me. What did
Yeah.
you say? Oh,
Guys, I mean, come on. Guys, please listen.
Oh, sorry.
Listen. Yo, this fighting is bogus. We lost sight of what this fight club is about, and it's not fighting. We used to eat Dunkaroos and chill.
Different meaning now.
We can still chill. This is about helping 2020 realize that yes, things are a bummer now, but there will eventually be a brighter day and we cannot worry and be happy.
Yeah, 90s is right.
Okay.
90s, I miss you. You should come back.
Oh, but just know that I'll be there for you.
'Cause you're there for me
Me too.
too.
Okay. Well, all right. I think that was a successful meeting. Until next month. Goodbye.
Yeah, it was the bee's knees. I mean, sure, we started the Great Depression, but people survived. 2020s will be fine. 23 skidoo.
See you later, alligator. Well, I mean, we did ignore wearing seatbelts after all. I'm sure 2020 will be fine. Bye.
10-4, good buddies. If we survived Nixon, y'all can survive anything. Just focus on staying alive, baby, and I'll catch you on the flippity flop.
I was also going to say the flippity flop, except it was moon shoes instead. Peace.
Hey, we still didn't come up with an idea.
We are back, everybody, at the Competitive Reading League. And it looks like Ethan Allen is off to an incredible start. While you were away, you missed Ethan scoring a couple of points on a sacrifice bunt and a couple of easy layups. Meanwhile, Heathbar has completely fallen asleep at the wheel. As a reminder to everybody, this is our sports programming for the evening. In lieu of any actual sports happening, we have a couple of competitive readers, a couple of the finest competitive readers in the world. And after a struggle with some iambic pentameter earlier, Heathbar just kind of gave up, put a straw in what looks to be a wine bottle, and is just sipping on Merlot instead of reading the great bard himself. And Ethan Allen is down there just enjoying. It seems like Ethan is quite comfortable just reading to himself in a room. Oh no, he's sustained a paper cut injury, folks. Oh, this could be a turning point. If Heathbar ever wakes up, we could find out what happens after this next break. We'll see you on the other side with the conclusion of the first ever Competitive Reading League. Come on back, folks.
Your home, 2020. You may have noticed your recent change in workplace has come with a new set of co-workers, perhaps far different than you are used to. In this instructional video, you will learn the ins and outs of working alongside your new furry colleagues. On arrival to the office, you may desire to wash your hands. However, you may find that your coworker has chosen to inhabit the basin. Do not proceed to use the basin, as this will upset your coworker. Instead, your coworker will determine when your hands are in need of washing and will proceed to clean them for you. Good work requires good posture. Assist your coworker by providing stacks of important paperwork on which they may lounge at their leisure. A typing instrument, preferably in use, may also suffice. Once settled, do not disturb your coworker. Work around them, remaining immobile if necessary. You are also required to provide your coworker with chin scratches and belly rubs on demand. Your coworker's comfort will always be more important than whatever you are trying to do. As always, it is important to remain hydrated and properly nourished at work. At any time, your coworker may decide that the consumables you have selected for yourself are more appetizing than their own. Do not interfere with their decision. Merely let them partake as they wish. It is only fair, as they have no opposable thumbs with which to obtain their own drinks and snacks. You may find it necessary to communicate with workers in other buildings via a video call. Your coworker may choose to involve themselves in these calls. Do not attempt to remove your coworker, as they are far more pleasing to the eye than you, and your colleagues would much rather stare at them than at your face. Instead, maintain workplace morale by hiding behind your coworker as you participate in the virtual meeting. That concludes this instructional video on co-working with cats. Remember, their every want and need must be prioritized above any of your own. And then you are on your way to a healthy, productive work relationship with your new feline co-worker.
Hello, parents. Welcome back from intermission. Looks like some of you are really enjoying your quarantinis. So let me remind you that I am Daniel, and tonight you are enjoying your children in Grover Cleveland Academy's production of Beauty and the Beast, the quarantine edition. Now, we've had a pizza roll related accident during intermission, so unfortunately, Jessica Hargis will not be able to continue as our Miss Potts. However, I would like to thank Jenny for stepping in as our wonderful understudy. And now, without further ado, Grover Cleveland Academy's Beauty and the Beast, Quarantine Edition.
Ah, there they are, off on their little date. Cogsworth, they are the perfect picture of romance, no? We will be human again, I know it.
Oh, I hope so, Lumiere. It is so difficult to sleep at night with this constant tick-tock in my head.
Looky there! Like two lovebirds in a blooming nest, innit?
Pardon, Mrs. Potts. Do you happen to have a frog in your throat? Or...
Hush, Cogsworth, listen.
Do you have any brothers or sisters, and are they also a terrifying amalgamation of man and animal?
Well, I have one brother and I have one sister. They're not a frightening animal-human hybrid, if that's what you're asking, but they do have their own issues. Like, my brother is left-handed, and my sister, she studied abroad, fed up about it. She does yoga.
This is it. I can feel the crackle of amour in the air. I can already feel my human legs with my human feet doing a little human jig.
Hey, twos ain't cut and carried just yet, but a bit of the old satin and silk get these two snogging like Posh and Beckham, yeah?
Mrs. Potts, I mean no offense, but what has happened to your voice?
What do you mean by that, Coggy?
Where exactly in France are you from, Mrs. Potts?
Streets of Paris, of course, just like the Miserables, yeah? I dreamed a dream, I had me castle in the clouds and all that. Now, shh.
And so what's great about jazz, I was in a jazz trio before I turned beastly. My hands got too big to play my stand-up bass, but the great thing is it doesn't matter what notes you play, because jazz is all about the notes that you aren't listening to. So with my new beastly form, I started picking up the theremin, which is perfect because no one knows what note you're playing with a theremin. It's perfect for jazz.
Wow, that is a great deal of information. Do you mind if I just use myself for a minute?
Yeah, I'll step out.
Lumiere.
Is there something wrong, madame?
Look, I think maybe I'm not your girl. I mean, I really do not want my father locked up in a dungeon, but I don't think the Beast and I have very much anything in common. I mean, I like books.
Oh, you are finished. I thought, well, never mind. Madame, you just need to see him in the right light. The master is by no means perfect. He has a luscious mane. He is strong as an ox. He can really play the theremin beautifully.
Oi! And he got a lovely set of chompers too, all pearly white, plus he got extra ones. I counted them once when he was asleep. I couldn't help myself. You get it, love. 58 teeth he's got. Ah, you don't see tic-tacs like that popping out the lift every day.
Mrs. Potts, I do believe I did not understand a single word you have said.
That's what I've been saying.
Get back in there, Belle.
Move that bum, you cheeky monkey.
This is it. Our chance. They are so almost madly in love with each other, but they need something to give them a little push.
I'm gonna sing.
Mrs. Potts, I miss my human form as much as the next formerly inanimate object. I have not slept in the 10 years I have been a clock. However, maybe a song is not the best choice given your current vocal range.
That's a load of cobblers there, Cogsy. I'd have you know that I starred on episode number 118 of Love Island. I know all about the ways of the art, and I got Chippo for countertenor.
Oh, I'm here, Mama. Ready to be a tenor.
Oh, that's me good boy.
This is a very good idea, Mrs. Potts.
Oh, sacre bleu again.
If you want to be my lover, you go get with my friends.
Go get with my friends.
Loving is too easy. Friendship with your house staff and homewares never ends.
I want to get out of here and I don't know, break a curtain.
I'll do anything to get out of here.
Here's the story from me to see.
Mrs. Potts, you have done it. We are human again. Oh, merci, merci, merci.
Well, I'm just chuffed. Anybody fancy a cuppa?
Captain's log. Stardate 2020-04.23. While on leave, our chief engineer won a cat in a Venusian poker game. While he was trying to smuggle it on board, the cat escaped and managed to hide in the ventilation system. We attempted to catch the animal, only to discover that it is in fact a skunk. Now most of the ship is uninhabitable. We are operating on a skeleton crew. However, we are quarantined to our quarters until we can safely purify and capture the creature. Mr. Scott?
Aye, Captain.
Have you figured out how we're going to make the ship habitable again? This is deep space. We can't just open a window.
I'm working on it, Captain. I set up some big fans in engineering, and I'm trying to push all the air down to the shuttle bay hangar.
And your pet?
I am attempting to lure him out with a tuna melt.
Captain, incoming communication from a ship rapidly closing in on us. Their shields are up and the phasers are armed. The ship is unregistered. Probably pirates.
Them on screen.
We wish to speak with your captain.
I am the captain.
Psh, you're the captain? No, really. You're not even dressed like a captain. Are you wearing your pajamas?
Sorry, I failed Zoom at the academy. I am the captain. These just happen to be my work pajamas. What do you want?
Okay. Well, Captain, that's a very nice ship you have. We want it. Don't try to bluff us. We've scanned your ship and we know there's only 4 of you on board. Be nice and peaceful, surrender, and we will beam you down to Earth so you can call your mommies for a ride home.
You know, this really isn't a good time. Okay, now we may be running on a skeleton crew, but I'll have you know that this is still a fully functional operating Federation starship.
Captain, it looks like they're arming torpedoes.
Mr. Bob, get me my shields. And then the phasers and...
I can't, Captain. My computer is running updates, and I don't have the Shields app installed on the computer here in my quarters. I'm trying to download it right now, but it's telling me I don't have permissions. Uh-oh, they fired a torpedo. Impact in 4, 3, 2, 1. Direct hit to the warp engines. We're down to impulse power.
Captain, we can't take another hit. We're sitting ducks.
All right, ceasefire.
Captain,
Give me a minute to gather my crew.
Captain, I will give you 1 minute. Then we are beaming on board. I trust we will not have any more problems.
Mr. Scott, here's what I want you to do. I want you to open up all of those air vents in the transporter room and then turn those fans you have around and put all of the air from the shuttle bay into the transporter room. And then you get me my phasers and shields online.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Captain, we're here. Come out and... Oh, God! What is that? Oh my God, I'm gonna throw up. This ship stinks. I don't want it anymore. Beam me back home.
Okay, Captain, shields are back up. I managed to seal off the transporter room. I cooled the air down to 0 degrees Celsius till it was a fine mist, and then I beamed that fog to the pirate ship. We should be able to start beaming the crew back and getting the warp engines back online. Oh, and I did manage to find Stripey.
Good work, Mr. Scott. Back to work, everyone.
It still stinks in here. Mr. Scott, have you been heating up tuna in the replicators? The entire kitchen deck smells of fish.
Thank you, everybody. Stay tuned for part 3. If you want this thing to get really PG-13, stick around. We also have a visit from Quentin Quarantino, the exciting conclusion of our competitive reading, and a music video starring cats. Go back to the NCT main YouTube page, and another video stream will start in less than 5 minutes.